Good day, everyone. I'm David Paul. I'm the Managing Director of VectorVest in the UK. Today I'm going to try and direct your attention to three small cap miners that I believe have got much opportunity. Before we go there, let's look at the direction of the overall London market. And we firmly believe that the most important thing to know is whether the market is rising or falling. Everything follows from that. And in the next slide, I show the VectorVest composite of the UK. This is a composite indicator of all 2,200 shares that we follow, equally weighted. And the red triangles that you can just about see and the green triangles represent sell and buy signals in this market respectively. And at the moment, the longer term trend, which is represented by that last green triangle, is up, but the short-term trend of the market is down. So at VectorVest, we don't recommend buying shares until the short-term trend and the long-term trend are back in sync. Okay, so it's a day to sit in one's hands. Now, the American market last night, in fact, had a very strong reversal upwards, and a break through the high on the Dow or the S&P today, of yesterday's high, in fact, could quite easily precipitate a push-up to a new high. So I'll be looking very carefully at the American market this afternoon. Okay, so if we go to the next slide, we can look at the first of these small cap miners. This is a platinum miner, a small platinum miner, just outside Johannesburg on the way to Rustenburg, called Sylvania Platinum. I think the share price you can see, it's the candle chart in the middle of the page. Now above the candle chart in the same window, that thick green line is the VectorVest valuation of the share. And at VectorVest, we put a value to every share every single day, and we favor undervalued shares. And as you can see, the share is significantly undervalued. The blue line study in the window below the price is earnings per share and forecast earnings per share. And earnings per share rising strongly and linearly, a very good sign indeed. The share has pulled back. It's pulled back to a previous old high, and it's had a couple of good days on the upside. Those of you that are technicians will see that the stochastic is down in the buy zone. So I think that that looks to me as if that's a favorable, high probability level to get into Sylvania Platinum. At VectorVest, we've been talking about the share. I've spoken about it here on many occasions, but we've been, in fact, accumulating that share since about 20 pence. Looks to me as if it can move up higher over the next days and months. The next slide is a slide share that I've spoken about here a couple of months ago. Jubilee Platinum. Now, there's a lot going on in Jubilee Platinum apart from platinum. They have interests in base miners, copper miners in Zambia, as well as platinum. The share has pulled back to a previous old high and significantly undervalued in VectorVest, and has moved up from that support quite strongly since I last talked about it. I think there's an awful lot more in that share. Those of you that follow the teachings of a technical analyst by the name of Richard Wyckoff will in fact quite easily see what he called a Wyckoff spring. Probably a lot of legs left in that Jubilee Platinum. Long way to go on this little share, in my humble opinion. And in the next slide, the third of my small cap miners, this is Pan-African Resources. Again, pulled back to an old high. Earnings per share growing quite strongly. And the stochastic down at a buy level. The advice from the company was very good. I think that we should wait a little bit here because the gold pulled back quite strongly yesterday, and gold can quite easily pull back from here over the next couple of weeks to about 1450. So I would watch that. It's on a hold recommendation on VectorVest. The stochastic is right down in the buy area, but it'd be nice to see that hold recommendation move to a buy recommendation before moving into that share. So maybe 2 to 3 weeks to go for gold to pull back, and then I believe that gold will push strongly, probably into March 2020. So I am my sums favour a gold bull market after 2 to 3 week pullback. So I think that those shares should be watched. In the next slide, folks, I have a seminar on November the 2nd in central London. We had a great one last Saturday. It was full to the door. On that Saturday afternoon, I'll show you how to actually fast-track your investments in the UK's safest shares. So don't avoid risk, ladies and gentlemen. Manage it, and manage it in a few minutes in the evening. If you go to vectorvest.co.uk, you can register for that seminar. I look forward to seeing you there.